It's handing out even more green. Quarterback Sauce Gardner breaking the news that he has worked out an extension. Tweeted out this picture saying in part the deal is done and he appreciates the Jets organization for believing in me. Reporting to NFL camps. It's that time, BC.
Let's get it.
Ravens, Bills, Dolphins, Niners, Seahawks, and Giants reporting today with their rooks. Jackson Dart, of course, the rookie in New York that everyone will have their eyes on. Check him out here before arriving to camp, throwing a dart to a friend, family member? I don't know, on the jet ski. Bro, you got to catch that. You got to catch that. NFL analyst Tim Hasselbeck with us now here. Tim, we don't know how much Dart is going to play, when he's going to play in 2025, if he does make some starts. I'm curious what you think the formula for him to have success will be.
Yeah, well, Tyler, I do think he ends up starting at some point during the year. I don't think it's to start the season. I think the formula is go back a few years and look at what Houston looked like with C.J. Stroud. You know, it was a remarkable, first year for Stroud, but it wasn't gaudy numbers. It was, he was playing on a team where, the quarterback was certainly, productive and efficient, but, we're talking about, that year for Stroud, 23 touchdown passes, just 4 interceptions, something like that. I think that type of thing, and then play really good defense, be efficient running the football. I think that's usually the best formula for a young quarterback there.
Makes sense there. Well, speaking of QBs, Tim, I don't know if you saw, but Jeremy Fowler's polling of execs, scouts, and coaches came out with the list of the top 10 players at the position. These are the top 5 right here. Mahomes at number 1, though his lead on the rest of the field is shrinking, followed by Allen, Burrow, Lamar, and then after just 1 year in the league, execs, coaches, and scouts say Jaden Daniels is number 5. That's number 1 amongst all NFC QBs. Voice change. It's time now to turn Tim from NFL analyst to game show contestant. The cost is correct. Wonder where we came up with that one from. Where, Tim, what I'm going to do, or have you do, is guess the correct order that those 5 quarterbacks appear in the ESPN Bet MVP market because, surprise, surprise, they are the top 5. So start with number 1. Who do you think is the favorite at ESPN Bet to be the MVP this year?
All right, I'm going to go Josh Allen because he won it last year, so repeat MVP. I think, because of where their defense is, I like Allen in that division.
All right,
then
makes
I'm going
sense.
Lamar Jackson. Just the run-pass production. Okay. I'm putting Lamar Jackson next. And then Joe Burrow, who, people were talking about as an MVP candidate a year ago. I'm putting him next in the slot just because I think we'll see big-time numbers, receivers back there in Cincinnati. Then I'm going Patrick Mahomes. Look, he's probably the best quarterback in the game, but pretty good defense there. That's why he's down the list a little bit for me. And then, as you kind of referenced, just second year in the league. Jaden Daniels, I'm putting him 5th. I'm feeling pretty good about this lining, Tyler. I got to be honest.
I got some good news for you. You got 2 of them correct. You got Patrick Mahomes.
Do I get a chance to rearrange?
You got a chance. We're going to give you a chance here. I am not going to be a stingy game show host. Patrick Mahomes and Jaden Daniels are actually tied 4th and 5th at plus 700. But Josh Allen is not your favorite. Lamar Jackson is not 2nd. Joe Burrow is not 3rd. So try one more time to see if you can win today's grand prize. Who is the favorite amongst the 3 that are left?
All right, so then I'm going to put Burrow at 1.
Okay. Fill it out.
No. Can I switch that?
Yeah.
I'm killing it.
You're lucky. You're lucky I got this thing right here that controls it. Burrow, not number 1.
Okay. All right. So you do it. All right. I'm going Lamar 1, Burrow 2, Allen 3.
Wow. Unbelievable. Tim Hasselbeck is correct. That is the right order right there. Lamar Jackson.
What do I win?
Tim, you win an opportunity to come on the 5 p.m. Sports Center with me and talk some more NFL later in the day. How about that? That is your grand prize. Now, I'm curious here. Okay. After seeing this order, I think Patrick Mahomes, all the way down at 4th on this list, is actually some great value. I think he returns to an MVP level this year with healthier receivers and the Chiefs getting blown out in the Super Bowl. Want that offense to be explosive again? I'm curious, do you think Mahomes can return to that MVP level?
I do. Now, I think they're going to have a good defense, and it's no different than Brady fatigue. I think there's sometimes Mahomes fatigue. I think sometimes we take greatness for granted. But yeah, look, I said I think he's the best quarterback in the game. So look, when you're the best quarterback in the game, you're playing one of the best coaches of all time. Absolutely, you can get back to that.
Voted number one in Jeremy Fowler's poll, and my bet to an MVP this year. Also got some good news. Adam Schefter reporting guard Trey Smith locked up for a 4-year deal. It's one of his top O linemen. Tim Hasselbeck, thanks for playing. I'll see.
Day 2 of SEC Media Day, and all eyes are on Texas. Longhorns, SEC favorite to win the conference. Preseason number 1 team in the country. Texas, they've got star power, especially at quarterback. Arch Manning, a Heisman favorite, and his uncle Eli Manning on Get Up today, talking about what he expects out of his nephew this season.
I'm optimistic. I think he's going to do great. Of course, there's going to be some ups and downs. He's still a young quarterback. It's not going to all be perfect. I think, probably the expectations are unattainable of what people I think it's just going to be come in and just be automatic. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be interceptions, but there's going to be a lot of touchdowns. There'll be a lot of good things, and each week there'll be an opportunity for him to learn something new.
Joining us now here on Sports Center is the head coach of Texas, Steve Sarkisian. Of course, he's got Arch Manning as his quarterback this year. So, Sark, you got the betting favorite for the Heisman in Manning. You're the SEC favorite, preseason number 1 team in the country. How do you embrace all of those expectations?
Well, I think the first is we are the University of Texas, and those are the expectations every year, whether the outside world thinks that or not. You come here to compete for championships at anything that you do, whether it's any sport, and clearly that's been the standard here for decades. And so that's the reason we all came, and that's what we're striving for. And the fact that we're putting ourselves in this type of position where we can actually, those types of things can become a reality is good for us, but there's a lot of work to be done. It's not what everybody else says, it's about what we do, and so we've got to put forth the action to make those things become a reality.
I mentioned Arch Manning. What does he do that makes him a special quarterback?
I think he's him, and I say that is he doesn't try to be anything that he's not. He's a great guy. He's got great rapport with his teammates. Incredible work ethic, not only on the football field, but studying the game of football. He's a really good teammate in and around his teammates. He's great for our community. All the while, he's big, he's physical, he's got a great arm, but that combination of he doesn't try to get out of his own skin, he doesn't ever try to be something that he's not, so he's very authentic, and I think that rallies the guys around him because he's a really likable guy, he's relatable to his teammates, and they're a guy that they want to play for. They don't want to just play with them, they want to play for him. And I think that's the ultimate compliment for a quarterback, and the fact that, quarterbacks, one of their main responsibilities is to instill belief in the locker room, belief in the coaching staff, belief in the fan base, and I think Arch has done that for us.
So, Sark, listen, you're known as a QB guru. So what advice then have you given Arch about all of the hype surrounding him?
Well, I think one of the things is